Hi, I'm Ashley. This is Life Beyond Locks, and today I'm coming at you not with a fresh out of the box review, but a fresh out of the wash review. This is the Uniwigs Courtney fresh out of the wash, and I thought this would be the best way to review her because, well, I do spend a little bit of time checking out Facebook groups on hair loss and things like that, trying to help people where I can. And one of the things that I have seen people comment on and write about is that, budget friendly pieces, they are sent to you nice and sleek and smooth, and they're covered in silicones, and then you wash them and they are a disaster. And I thought, what better way than to present a review of Courtney than to show you how she looks fresh out of the wash, and you can judge for yourself whether you think she's wearable, because without seeing, you don't know. It's only sort of hearsay. So I thought, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the before and after. And the best part of this is that Uniwigs actually sent me two Courtneys. So one is for me to keep, the other one is on loan. Both of them started out like this though, and I just think, like, what a great opportunity. How often do you get to have a side-by-side comparison of what did it look like when it came to me, and then what does it look like out of the wash, right? So I'm pretty excited about this review. I also have the original Courtney. So this is the upgrade. This is an upgrade, and this is the original one that I got in August of 2022, and she's been washed several times. So you'll be able to see kind of like how is she held up over time and get a really good detailed look at that, which makes me super excited to be able to provide you with that. But before I get into the nitty-gritty details about the cap and what has changed and why you would want to maybe go for this upgrade version, I first do want to comment on the hair texture. So yes, Uniwigs is very transparent about the texture and where they get their hair from. If you go to their website and you look at the listings for each piece, whether it's a wig or a topper, and they talk about their Burmese hair. So it does have a wavy finish, which I think in some ways is actually not a bad thing and maybe a benefit. And I'm going to talk about why right now. So yesterday I was doing a consult with somebody on social media in my DMs, and she sent me pictures of her hair, and she wanted something that was very much a throw on and go. I mean, we all have different ideas of what throw on and go means, and we all have different ideas of what having normal looking hair means. But for me, when I was struggling with hair loss, all I really wanted was to find something that made me feel normal. And normal for me, and it's different for everybody, was to be like the girl who I work with who comes in every morning with her long wavy hair still partially wet because she just got out of the shower, and she literally has to do nothing to it for it to look good. Like that to me would be sort of the dream. And if you have wavy hair, I have very curly bio hair, so I have to straighten my hair somewhat to get it to match the texture of my topper, whether I'm going for ultra sleek or going for the natural waves. I have to do something to it. But if you have wavy hair, which I'm going to say 75% of the women, if not more, who DM me in the consults have wavy hair, then going for something that actually has a natural wave in some ways will give you more flexibility. The other reason you might want to consider something that actually has a natural wave is for realism. So not only is it throw on and go if you have wavy hair, but if you've been around, you've heard me talk about this before, so I apologize for being redundant, but my daughter's my biggest critic. My son is too. Both my kids prefer me without, alternative hair on. They don't want to see me in a wig or topper. They just want the mom that they see on Saturdays around the house. And one of the things that my daughter really dislikes about the wigs that I wear or the toppers that I wear is that she feels they don't look natural. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's human hair. Of course they look natural. And she says, Mom, no one's hair looks that perfect all the time. And she's not entirely wrong. It's rare that I walk down the street and I see someone with super sleek, super perfect, super shiny hair. And the same is true of the pieces, like I wash them and then I don't blow dry them, but I let them dry. And then I do nice loose waves, perfectly curled, and they look great, these pieces, when I do that. And I feel really confident walking out of the house. But my daughter says, Mom, you go to work like that every day. Your hair looks perfect. Nobody's hair looks like that. None of my teachers' hair looks like that. And I thought, gosh, she's kind of right. So it kind of depends on what the purpose is of your alternative hair. If you're looking for something that, you can just wear on special occasions, then that's one thing. But if you're looking for an everyday piece, then going budget friendly for something like this that has a loose wave does kind of give you that everyday, more effortless look. And I thought, gosh, that's something that I really do need to share when it comes to making a decision about these budget-friendly pieces. And Courtney is budget-friendly. She does come in at a really good price, especially if you apply either the Uniwig sale or you use my discount code. And it is a commission code, by the way, I should say that. But, no matter what, it comes in at a very, very reasonable price. And they're not claiming that this is luxury, right? They're not saying we have this is like the haute couture of toppers. But what they are saying is we want to give consistent color, consistent quality, consistent cap construction at an affordable price. And they do that. So if you're someone who's looking for a natural look, I'm going to say Courtney is going to be a good option for you. And the Courtney upgrade is going to be an especially good option for you. So let's take a look at how she comes out of the box. So she comes out of the box super sleek, super smooth. And after a thorough washing, she dries wavy like this. So the question might be, well, can I get her back to this? And the answer is, well, yes. So here's my piece that is from August of 2022. She's been washed many times now and flat ironed, and she is straight. Is she completely silky and to the level of this brand new one? No, but no hair would be after, many, many washes and heat styling and all of that, right? Like over time, it is hair. It's going to break down, but looks pretty darn good, right? Now, these are two different colors, by the way. So if you're wondering, did that fade? No. This one is a mousse brown and this one is a truffle brown. This one's closer to my bio hair than the truffle. So when you're looking at blending, this is not exactly the truffle brown, the right color for me because I'm so ashy and this is very reddish. This also leans red, but the dimension helps me to conceal my bio hair a little bit more. And we can talk color another time. Send me a message anytime. I have the color ring for Uniwigs. I can help you get matched up in terms of the color. But yeah, so this is how they appear. Silky, smooth, straight out of the box. This is how it looks after washing. The original Courtney. This is what her cap to look like. And the upgrade version, this is what the cap looks like. So we've got a bigger parting area. That's the biggest change that you're going to notice. So the original Courtney, you were limited to parting on the left-hand side. So why that is these are all machine wefts, right? So these are pieces of wefting, which is like strips of hair that are sewn. Let me show you. Sorry. So strips of hair, I don't know if I can get that there, are sewn long strips around the topper like this to get the hair to stay in place. And then this section right here, which creates the illusion of a natural scalp when I put something beige under it, this section is hand tied. So obviously the labor, the way that they keep the cost down on these pieces is that the labor is lesser when you only have this much hand tied and everything else is done by machine, right? The monofilament top also gives it a really nice thin cap construction. It's very lightweight, which makes it very beginner friendly. If you've been around with me for a while, you know I love silk tops, but they are bulky and they add a lot of bulk to your head. So if you are new to wearing hair toppers and you don't want to go to an extreme, you want something that feels more natural for you, going for a lightweight monotop like Courtney is a good option just because she sits nice and flat. And I mean, she has some poof here because I really worked that wave. When I put her on, I just floofed her up, but you could always use a hot comb and smooth her right down, or a flat iron, but she's gonna sit nice and flat for you. So this part here, hand tied, and gonna give that more realistic illusion. In the upgraded version, that parting area is a little bit bigger. So you can see that here. So you're not just limited to the left side part, which I ended up doing anyways. I went as far to the left as I could because I really like a left side part or a right side part. I just like side parts. I'm of that generation, but also because I have such a thin hairline and because I knew I wouldn't be able to blend this piece very well because it's not the right color for me, I thought I'm just gonna, after I washed her, I just went right to the left side and thought I'm gonna do a deep side part. So you can see that if you don't have a ton of hair at the front, you can always just do like a side part or work in a bang and you don't have to worry about blending at all. So that's always a nice thing that you can do. So I have this whole section is hand tied and this whole section I can part in. More flexibility there in terms of that. The other thing that comes with the upgrade Courtney that did not happen in the original, and I guess I'll have to put her on for you to see the difference, is that this one, the one I'm wearing, comes pre-cut. And Uniwigs is really good about saying that ultimately, if you want to feel great in your pieces, you want to consider the possibility of customizing, right? So either getting the piece dyed to match your bio hair or dyeing your bio hair to match your piece. getting a custom cut to match your own hair. If you have a stylist you can depend upon, that's amazing. But I have been someone who from the beginning has been like, it needs to be throw on and go or I'm not wearing it, because I don't have a stylist here. I haven't trusted anybody enough to play around with my pieces. I'm starting to get to the point where I feel like I need to find someone or learn how to do it myself. But for me, it's been all about the throw on and go. And so that Courtney upgrade comes with that cut is a really nice feature. So you can probably see it here. She's got sort of like a long curtain bang, which I think is really great, especially with a wavy cut, wavy style. Like it just gives so much more lift and volume for those waves, which I think is wonderful. And then she has some other shorter pieces and shorter layers around the front. So you've got face framing layers. There's another one there, all the way down the front, which means that for most of you, as long as your color is a good match, you'll be able to throw her on and go. Huge benefit, huge, huge benefit. Well done, Uniwigs, by the way. They take feedback really well. So they've extended the possibility of, or the flexibility in terms of the parting, and they've added a face framing cut to her from the get-go, which is what I loved about Savannah when I first got her, is that she had a really great cut. And I remember saying that that was my favorite feature, was that Savannah came with a cut when not all the other ones did. And now they're starting to provide that as a base service for all of their pieces. So you can see here my own bio hair is gray. So it's not the perfect match, but it's close enough for the purposes of showing you how this works. Okay, I'm going to throw on my old Courtney. So this is the non-upgrade version. To be honest, I don't want to take this one off because I like the waves so much. Don't mind my bio hair underneath. But I do want to show you what the mousse brown looks like over time and how Courtney has held up over time, because I know that you're probably curious to know, does the hair last? Does it actually, you know, stay nice? Can it still be a wearable piece? Okay, I'll be right back because I'm looking into a ring light right now and I don't have a mirror here. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom, put her on. Oh, maybe I don't need to. Maybe that just worked out. You can tell better than I can right now, but all right, we're in business. I don't think I need to. So I have to admit, she was in a box, so she's got a bit of box hair right now. So I do need to give her another run through with my flat iron just to make her super smooth and silky. So this is the original Courtney in mousse brown, which is one of my favorite colors from Uniwigs because it has so much dimension. That, you know, regardless of whether you have like a slightly darker, slightly lighter bio hair color, you can do a blend a little bit more easily just because she's got dimension. You can kind of get away with it. So also here I would be putting in blending to make her look as natural as possible. But you can see that clearly she has held up over time, right? This is not unwearable, unmanageable, unnatural looking. And this piece is from August of 2022. And I was harsh with her. Like I will show you my favorite way to wear Courtney in a second. And it's up in a ponytail, which means there's a lot of that pulling and tangling and things like that. And the hair still looks great. And she's been flat ironed a whole bunch. All these months later, she's still good to go. And for the price point, I mean, I felt like, what do you have to lose, right? If it gives you the ability to just feel like a slightly better version of yourself. So I'm gonna go get my favorite thing, my favorite accessory in terms of wearing Courtney, and I'll be right back. Okay, so one of my favorite ways to wear Courtney is so that I don't have to deal with a transition at all. So I do have, as you've seen, a really, really weak hairline. And having bangs would help to conceal that. Putting a little bit of root spray, hair fibers, or eyeshadow can also help to conceal the transition area. But one thing that you might want to consider doing from time to time is going with a wide headband. So this is something that I did a whole lot with this piece when I first got her, because when we talk about it being effortless, like blending my hair just isn't something that I always wanted to do. And so as soon as the weekend would hit and I'd be running errands, I would get myself a wide headband throw her on, and go. And then I didn't even have to worry about the transition. And it works really nicely too in a ponytail. So I brought a ponytail holder to show you what I mean. Now, never in my life have I had a ponytail like this, even before my hair loss started. Never, ever, ever. So when I got Courtney, I felt like she gave me just such a nice lift, such a pretty ponytail that I had never experienced before. And there you go. So this is another option in terms of how you can wear her. You don't have to worry about the blending at all. You just throw her on a wide headband and go. Super cute look. In any case, I hope that you found this informative. I hope that from this, I'm going to take this out now. She did move back a bit when I was pulling on that ponytail. I hope that you found this informative though. And I hope that this has helped you to see that, you know, these budget-friendly pieces really do have a place, I think, in the online hair space and in terms of purchasing, and that, you know, when you are considering what needs to be in your wig closet and what's going to serve your needs, that you might give one of these some consideration. The price point certainly gives you options, I think, and in many cases, you could get 2 of these pieces for the price of another piece. And I'm not saying that that's the right answer for you, only you will know what is sort of best for you and your needs and how much money you want to spend and, you know, what you're looking to get out of your hair buying experience. But certainly these provide a really nice, affordable option, especially at the entry level when you're first getting into wearing alternative hair and hair toppers, because of the cap construction, which is light. I don't think I even said it, but it's a 7x8. So it's not going to be sticking right into the sensitive part of your scalp. You have it pulling further down, which is definitely going to be more comfortable. It gives you realistic coverage. And, you know, I think it is honestly throw on and go. So let me know in the comments what you think. Which color do you prefer? Do you like the truffle brown on me? Do you like the mousse brown on me? Should I dye my bio hair to match? Because I have been thinking about getting rid of these grays. So I'm not sure which color I should go in. But I certainly do want to get rid of the gray so that I can do a better job of blending. Let me know which one you like better. Would you wear it wavy? Would you straighten it? And what would you like to see me cover next? Is there anything else in the Uniwigs line that you're interested in seeing or hearing about? I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Thank you for being here. I hope that this has shed a little bit of light, or at least given you a little bit of the answers you've been looking for in terms of, you know, how does it hold up after washing? How does it hold up after years of wear? How does it perform compared to when you first see it out of the box? So thank you so much for being here. Take care.